Hello guys and girls, let's take a look on the Assassination rogue on the Battle for Azeroth beta server. To start with, I have to mention that only a very few changes hit the assassinations, which is a good and bad thing also. Good thing because the gameplay didn't change so much, and the bad thing that some of the utilities got nerfed or removed. So let's take a look on the spellbook first. Cloak of Shadows is now just on a 2-minute fixed cooldown, it won't be reduced by anything. Detection is removed. Feint is also nerfed by 10% and it received a cooldown, a 15-second cooldown. Now, Shroud of Concealment is a 30-yard range, and Vendetta's energy regeneration, is slightly tweaked. It's not as good as it was, but it still generates energy. The most important change for Assassination now is Mastery. It is now also increases the damage done by your poisons and bleeds, which includes Garrote and Rupture. But also includes your talent choice options, such as Poison Bomb, Crimson Tempest, and so on. So it is now a more important stat than it was. I also have to mention that right now it is about 10% haste that regenerates 1 additional points of energy per second. It is important, very important. So let's take a look at the talents, because this is the side where a lot of changes hit the Assassination rogue. This is the kind of single target talent setup that I use. The first row is Master Poisoner, Elaborate Planning, and Blightside. Elaborate Planning is just now a flatly too weak talent compared to the two others. Master Poisoner increases your weapon poisons and the non-damaging effects. I think this is the best for single target. And Blightside is this is basically an execute, which Mutilate can proc and make it free and usable on any target, and it will award 1 combo point. So picking Blightside for AoE is really good because you will use it very often, you generate more combo points, which ends up in more, spoiler, Crimes and Tempests. And that's why I suggest Blightside for AoE situations and Master Poisoner for single target. Level 30, Night Stalker, Subterfuge, and Master Assassin. Because of the multi-dotting that is returning as your main AoE damage form, Subterfuge will be the best talent choice here, because Night Stalker is only used for 1 ability, and Subterfuge is used for like 4 or 3 or maybe 5 Garrotes. Master Assassin is currently too weak in its current state to be usable. Vigor, Deeper Stratagem, and Marked for Death are the 45 row. They are all about energy or combo point generating. Vigor increases your maximum energy by 50 and your energy regeneration by 10%, which makes it a great single target talent choice, along with Deeper Stratagem, but currently Deeper Stratagem is just too weak compared to Vigor. Marked for Death is a great tool for AoE damage, because if any target dies that has marked for death on it, it will reset its cooldown, so it makes you capable of doing much more Crimes on Tempests and multi-dots through Rupture, so this should be ideal for AoE situations. Vigor should be used for single target. At level 60 you've got Leeching Poison, Elusiveness, and Cheat Death. Cheat Death and Elusiveness is the same as it was before, and Leeching Poison now adds a Leeching Poison effect to Deadly, Poison, and Wound Poison, granting you Leech. So you will have to choose this talent and then reapply your Deadly Poison. and reapply your wound poison. So you will receive this leeching poison buff as well. As you can see here. This will be a great tool to use during island expeditions, questing, and similar single target or single player scenarios. But most likely I think in raids cheat death will outperform it, because it can save your ass. On the 75 row there's internal bleeding, iron wire, and prey on the weak. Definitely prey on the weak is the best in any situations where you can stun by chip shot or kidney shot. Iron wire will be very good for island expeditions or warfronts because it increases Garrott's silence duration, and enemies silenced by Garrott deals reduced damage, and in these situations you can also silence NPCs with Garrott, so I think it will be very useful in island expeditions on warfronts, but definitely I suggest Prey on the Weak in each other PvE scenarios. Level 90 raw is just a flatly just only Toxic Blade, really, because Venom Rush is like bullshit, very weak. Exsanguinate is not so useful, mainly because it costs energy and a global cooldown, and Toxic Blade is just a huge damage and also a debuff on your target, which increases the nature damage you deal, which increases your poison's damage and your envenom's damage, which is great. So there is really only one choice, and that is Toxic Blade. Level 100 raw, Poison Bomb, Hidden Blade, and Crimson Tempest. For most situations in single target, you will use Poison Bomb because of its random nature. Crimson Tempest is a much more reliable damage source in AoE or Cleave. But to be honest, when you're cleaving 2 targets or 3 targets, you will just multi that most of the time. And sometimes when both targets have a Rupture and Garrot applied, then you will use Crimson Tempest. It is just an additional little bit of damage during Cleave, but it is the most useful in AoE situations. Hidden Blades are just currently too weak to be considered. It only increases the Fan of Knives damage, but I think Crimson Tempest and Poison Bomb is better in every scenario, because Poison Bomb is the only one that has use in single target situations, and Crimson Tempest is the only talent that have use in AoE situations. So let's see how it plays out. This is the single target rotation. Go Stealth, user Garrot, Mutilate, apply Rupture, Envenom, Toxic Blade, Envenom again, refresh Garrot, generating some combo points, Envenom again. You can use it on even on 4 combo points, but refresh Rupture always on 5 combo points. Here's to refresh our Garrot. Then there is Toxic Blade, which increases the damage done by your next Envenom, and so on and so on and so on. It is very easy to play, I think, for single target. As you can see, most of your damages are like on the same amount. Poison Bomb is also great to hear. In the Hungarian language video I had 0 procs. I tried a lot, but it just didn't proc, and now here it proc like at least 2 times or so. And now let's take a look on a way harder AoE situation. So you will also have to go Stealth, apply Garrots to as many targets as possible, then apply Rupture, And then apply Crimson Tempest. You should just vanish Garroth. And again. And so on and so on and so on. So there is a huge amount of possibilities by multi-dotting with Garroth and using Crimson Tempest, Deadly Poison, Fan of Knives and so on. So I suggest to everyone to try this multi-dot. It is very hard to play for me at least, to just cross dot everything. Basically it's just a melee Affliction Warlock style. But you get a slightly harder job to do because you will have to go stealth and stuff, micromanage things. But I really enjoyed playing it, although it is hard. I hope you will also enjoy playing this class, and see you in the Outlaw video. Bye bye!